All right, Colts fan, let's just have a conversation. Hey, if you're new to the channel, we love teams that the national media seems to ignore, and the Indianapolis Colts are not a large media market team. As you can see in the back, we got a lion back there. Sports Talk Detroit is our first channel, but we made this channel because we love the NFL and we love the little guy. And so we want to absolutely talk some Colts football. So if you want some good Colts analysis, along with other teams in the NFL, please give us a like, subscribe, and even comment on these videos if you would like. But you see the title. The Indianapolis Colts welcome back a familiar face. And oh man, was he missed. And so I'm going to go ahead and show you this. Braden Smith, the wonderful tackle, returns to practice. All right. This was yesterday that he returned to practice. He was back again today for practice. And this is a guy who, with a hurt hip, missed each of the Colts' past 4 games. And he is very, very important to what they do on the offensive side. And if you don't believe me that he's important on what they do on the offensive side, we're going to talk about that. Now, a little bit later, just a quick little teaser for you, I guess, if you want to call it that. There is another player on your team that is not so very happy. And we're going to talk about him as well. But first, let's talk about the good things that are happening on the offensive side of the ball. Right now, Braden Smith is about to come back, and he is a guy who, based on PFF, has an overall grade of 76 this year. He has a high run blocking grade of 85, pass blocking of 65. This goes into about what he's been. He's a 75 overall player throughout most of his career, if you look at him in stats, or into the 80s. He has just been a solid, good to great tackle. That's simple. That's who he is. And it was a great get out of the second round. He's just been solid. But his pass blocking is good. His run blocking is dang near elite. And so when you look at why is it important to have him back? Well, it's because, quite frankly, Blake Freeland isn't getting it done. He's not getting it done. He's not good enough because, and I'm not saying anything bad about him. He's a rookie. He's a good enough backup tackle. All right. You have Bernard Raymond, who's doing great on the other side. It might be as good, if not better than Smith. So you can have these 2 tackles that are phenomenal. And this is an offense right now that needs superior offensive line play, because this is an offense right now that runs through 2 running backs. That's what it is. That's what it is. Moss and Taylor and Moss. All right. Finkel and Einhorn and Finkel. I don't know why I just went to Ace Ventura, but that's what you're looking at. Downs is hurting. All right. You don't have a ton of other weapons. Obviously, you have Pittman as your best receiver, but you don't have a ton of other weapons. So what you need is good offensive line play. And we've talked about this for years now in Detroit, and it's come to fruition for the last 2 years. A good offensive line makes every position player better. A elite offensive line makes a good running back look great. They make a poor running back look good. They make a bad wide receiver look good. They make a good wide receiver look great. And why? Why would you ask? Because they have more time. They have the ability. Running backs, they go further without being touched. All right. Wide receivers have that extra half a second to get open. Like, good offensive line play is massive. And when you have a guy like this that's going to help protect Minshew, who, by the way, when pressure is put on him, turnover machine. All right. You need that. But also, when you talk about getting a tackle back, a right tackle, left tackle, doesn't matter. All right. But right tackle, if you can have better play on the offensive line, you can control the football. All right. So the Colts are coming off of victory 27-13 against the Panthers, right? In the 3 previous games, they got beat 37-20 by the Jags, 39-38 by the Browns. That game was insanity. and 38-27 by the Saints. You see anything in common there? 37, 39, 38. The other team went insane on your defense. And the reason they were able to do this is in part because you're not controlling the line of scrimmage on the offensive line as well. So you aren't able to just hold on to the football longer. Like that's got to be part of the game plan going forward. I think in a perfect world for this Indianapolis Colts offense, Gardner Minshew throws the ball 20 to 25 times, and both Taylor and Moss have over 15 carries, and you are just running the ball down the throat of your opponent. That's what it should be. All right. So everything's good on the offensive side of things. But on the defensive side of things, there's some unrest. Shaquille Leonard, talked about how, quite frankly, he's just not happy. And I pulled up the wrong screen there for a second, but I'll get to the right one. All right. So, and he's not happy about it. All right. He said his reduced role sucks and he doesn't know what to do about it. All right. When he was on air with Kevin Bowen of 107.5 The Fan, here's what he said. What can I do? What am I doing wrong? Or am I just, you don't believe in me? Am I not making plays? Am I bad at the run game? Am I bad at the pass game? Tell me something. Just help me sleep. Wow. Like, that's heavy. That's heavy. So I went and did a little research. All right. So let's look at how he's playing. We have the eye test. We know what it is. And what we know about Shaq Leonard is he had a ridiculous year in 2021. Quite frankly, he's had a few ridiculous years. But in 2021, he just went off. His run defense was phenomenal. He had 93 tackles with 29 assists. His rookie year, he had oh man, did he have a lot of tackles. All right. He had over 100. I think he had 153 tackles when you add assist into it. But the last 2 years, not good. Based on Pro Football Focus, his total defensive rating, now he played very few snaps in 2022, was 40. This year, it's 66. His run defense is a 70. His tackling grade is a 76. His pass rush is a 50, and his coverage is a 60. Every single one of those grades this year are an all-time low. He is, by the numbers, by the metrics, playing the worst defense he has ever played. All right. So he's not getting as many reps. I know that's hard to hear. So I would love to hear your comments on two things. Number one, are you as excited about getting an offensive lineman back as I am? I know it doesn't make a lot of sense. And number two, do you feel like Shaquille Leonard should be on the field still? Do you feel like he's still a good enough player to be on the field consistently? Or has he lost a step or two? Let me know. Keep checking in for more stuff from the Indianapolis Colts. Like, subscribe, and comment. We'll see you on the next one.